This video.
I have tried to film this video all day.
I was supposed to film this at 10 and now it's 6. The sun is going down and my camera's acting up. Hi, it's been like 2 or 3 years since my last post on this channel because I really don't have an excuse. So today's video is a story time and it's a story of when I got a teacher fired. So let's get on with it. This happened around 2nd or 3rd grade. It was Friday and my teacher told us that we were gonna have a substitute for an entire week because she had to go on a business trip. So the weekend goes by and Monday rolls around and we meet the substitute teacher and she seems nice and chill, and it turns out that she kinda is. So Monday goes by and everything's fine. Then the next day, it's Tuesday obviously, and the first 2 hours of the day were pretty normal and relaxed. So one of the main rules at this school that I was going to was to always put your name on your paper, and if you lost the paper and your name wasn't on it, then no one was there to claim it. Someone could take it, or once you turn it in without a name, that you would lose the work and your grade book for that work would be a 0. So we're all in our groups and we're all just chilling, doing our thing. And so we have these sheets in front of us that we're supposed to be working on. And this teacher's going by every group and looking at their papers and such and checking if they're doing work or have a name on or whatever. So she comes to my group last and she checks everybody's, and then she checks mine, and I don't have my name on it. And so she goes down to my ear and she's like, "You're supposed to put your name on the paper," really with her gritted teeth, she's like, "You're supposed to put your name on the paper," so no one else would listen. But when she said that, she took her nail and dug it into my shoulder, right here, my pressure point, I guess, really hard. And so she had acrylic nails, so it really hurt. So I flinched at it because it actually really hurt, and the kids at my table looked at me all confused. So she walks off and put my name on my paper, and so that was the situation. So later on, school's over, I go home and we have dinner, and my parents always do this thing where it's "Oh, how was school?" just to make conversation. And so it's my turn to talk, and I'm like, "Oh, we had this sub and she told me to put my name on my paper, and she dug her nail really hard onto my shoulder." And my parents got concerned. They're like, "What the hell? It's a teacher. You're not supposed to put your hands on a child, especially in that way, really harsh." So my parents talk, and the next day, my dad comes to school with me. We go really early, and we go into the principal's office to talk to the principal, obviously. And so there I am talking to the principal, just explaining how it hurt and what happened, and that she's just a substitute, whatever. And so he's talking, he's like, "Well, this is a serious matter. No teacher should put any harm on a student, ever. That used to be an old rule, that was back then with the ruling, blah, blah, blah," just talking about that stuff. And so the principal's sitting on his back against the windows, so he's not looking. It's my dad and me, because he has these windows that can look over the entire school. And so I see my friends and some people I know just passing by and double checking that it's me, and they're all like, "What the heck?" He's in the office. People probably thought that I got in trouble and I did something bad because I'm pretty annoying. They called up this teacher who was already at school, probably getting her work ready for the day. And so I go into this back room in the office just waiting for them to finish their conversation, whatever. So they're talking. I don't know what she said. I don't know what he said to her. But 5 minutes later, they call us in and we all sit together. It was pretty awkward. And the principal's just like, "Marco says that you dug his nail into his shoulder really harsh." And instantly she's like, "No, I would never do such a thing. I never did that. No, I don't even know this student." She full on just started saying no to everything he said. And so instantly, I feel like my dad looked at me was he lying about this? Was this I'm like, "No, this is dead on serious." I from frustration, I stood up. I was like, "Yes, you did." I was pointing at her, "Yes, you did. You know what you did." I was so frustrated because she was just saying no to to something she did. If you did that, own up to it. So she just looks really fake. Look at me I'm standing up. Like we're getting close to each other too. So I'm like, you want to go down? I'm second grader, but girl, I can fight you, girl. Like the principal's just like, okay, relax. Like obviously we're getting frustrated. So my dad had to go to work, so he had to go. So he left, and I had like only 10 minutes left of like break, I guess, before the bell rang for the day to start. So I went off, and he kept talking to her. So the bell rings, and we all go back to class, and we don't have a substitute for like the first 20 minutes of class. And we're all like concerned, like, what the heck, like, aren't we supposed to have a sub? I'm like, she's probably still in the office. I didn't say anything. I was like, she's still in the office getting her ass whooped by the principal. We have a teacher from next door, like, coming in and checking on us just to make sure, like, we're fine. And so a few minutes later, we finally get a different substitute, and he was just a substitute for the day, whatever. So the day goes by, I completely forget about the issue. So my parents asked me when I get home, like, oh, so whatever happened, like, is everything okay now? Like, are you guys fine? I'm just like, well, she never really came back to teach us for the rest of the day, so I don't know what happened. And my parents are like, oh, okay. So it's the next day, she's not there, we have a different sub, and, you know, the day goes by, whatever. And my parents asked me again, like, oh, so is she back? Like, what's going on? Did she apologize? Like, is anything, like, going on? And I'm like, no, she wasn't at school again. And so, yeah, she was just gone. My parents pushed it aside, whatever. And, you know, like, for the rest of the week, we didn't have this teacher. We had different teachers coming in. And so the weekend goes by again, and it's Monday, and my teacher's back. The kids were just like, we only had that teacher for Monday and Tuesday, and then she was gone. I guess later on that week, she, like, found out what happened, and she pulled me aside, and she was like, is this what happened, whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. Like, I guess she didn't come back because she didn't want to. I really didn't know. And she was like, oh, okay, well, as long as this issue is gone, and it's fine. So you may be asking, how do you know she got fired? Maybe she got transferred. So here are like some key things I picked up. She was a common substitute teacher that kids would want and teachers would bring, and I never saw her around campus ever again for the rest of the year. But not only that, I saw her working at a completely different place. She was working at some like office. I guess she got fired. I think I got her fired, so don't mess with me because I'll get you fired. Anyways, I hope you liked this week's story time. I know it was pretty like short and simple, whatever, but I was bored. I don't know if I should make more story times. I have things planned for this channel. But yeah, I hope you liked it. Please like, maybe subscribe, leave a comment. So, bye!